Hi everybody, it's Carla from Casey Creates. How's everybody doing? I just wanted to come and show you that I'm still making journals. I think I'm getting really into making these journals, and I made two small ones again. I'm still working on a small scale here, but making journals nonetheless, and eventually I'll have enough to share and put over in my Etsy shop. So I thought I'd show you the first one. This is a small one. It's just a little lace journal. I'm going to say it's about 4x6 maybe even a little smaller, but it was a real quick one. I actually disassembled one of the little canvas bling bags and covered the cardboard cover with it, and then this is a wide panel of lace, so it covered the entire back all by itself, and then it's just embroidered. And this is the front, and the front is got the same lace, only I put 2 layers. Well, let me untie it. It ties just in a bow with 2 different strips of lace, and you can see it better untied. And then I made a really pretty doily flower with cheesecloth and a little bit of embellishment and a little bow, and then not bow, pearl button. And then oh, it made me think of Siobhan. I've been missing you, Siobhan. I wonder if you're watching. I hope you're resting up and feeling better. Anyway, there's layers of lace and doilies and cheesecloth. So I really liked how this flower turned out. And then there's some trim with little teeny pin drop kind of pearls. I hope you can see this okay. I am waiting for my new glasses, and I can't tell when things are focused well or not. And I noticed in my last video, couple videos, the focus was off. So this is me doing this, you guys. Hold on one second. Okay, I hope that's better. Anyway, I have the same floral trim up top with the little pearls, flat back pearls, tiny ones, and then just a seam binding ribbon bow on the top. And so then this is a very simple journal because it's basically for just journaling. I just have this little card to show you that this is a belly band with some vintage pleated eyelid lace trim. This is the inside cover with some flat crocheted lace. And then the pages are just tea dyed and trimmed on the edges with lace. So it's strictly a journaling journal. I didn't want to put a whole bunch of pockets or tags. I sewed in the signature here, and this one would fit really nice in a purse. And I think I'll make just a cute little muslin bag for it to go in to keep it from getting banged around, but it's basically decorated just with trim on the edges of the pages. And then this is a really pretty back pocket with sheer lace, the same lace I covered it with, and so you could fit a pen and any other tags or notes or receipts or whatever you'd like to put in this pocket. So this was a cute, fun one, and I was happy that it was a quick one to make as well. So they don't have to be as time consuming as the ones with all of the tags and pockets and trims, and they can still be functional and pretty. So I really like this one. I'm going to move my coffee. And then this one is just a happy journal. I call it happy because it's very bright with springy, light, kind of refreshing colors of pale blue and yellow. And I found as much yellow and pale blue and cream as I could to embellish this journal. This is the back. This is a pocket. I put that little tag away, but anyway, you can slip something down in this paper doily pocket. And this is the front. And I have this pretty soft butter yellow lace to tie it, and it's attached on the spine here. And the spine has this pretty icy blue lace that was gifted to me from Edwina Kench. Thank you, Edwina. And then this is another pretty ruffled lace, some more of the icy blue. And then the appliques on the front came from a Betsey Johnson dress, the embroidered part, and I just cut around the pieces and glued them down. And then this is some pretty scrapbook paper that I printed, and then I actually tea-dyed it so it would be a little more muted, so it wouldn't be too terribly bright. And this is a flower applique that I made with vintage lace doily, a little rosette of that, cheesecloth, some more of the embroidered piece off of the Betsey Johnson dress, and then this is a Prima flower that I only had a piece of it left, and then I put a crocheted flower in the middle with a little gesso to dull it down, and some more lace with stickles in the middle to give it a little bit of sparkle. I don't know if you can tell, but I put stickles in the center for some sparkle, just to make it a little more fun and fairy-like. And then on the top and bottom I've got this really pretty yellow lace trim. And again, it was a trim I wasn't sure I'd ever use because I don't use a lot of yellow, but I thought it would help make this more fussy and pretty, and it did. So this is a kind of a fussy one. There's some cream ruffled vintage lace here on the edges. This one has a decent amount of journaling space too. So I took floral vintage paper and just tore it and embellished just the corners of every other page, and then lace trim on the edges with the tea-dyed paper. So that's that page. This one is more of the magenta, kind of burgundy red and brown, and I really like those colors. And then I just did some ruching of some seam binding and put I think this is sort of like a parchment paper flower, and I put some green seam binding in the center to make that flower, and then there's a generous amount of space for journaling. This is one of my favorite too, tea-dyed paper with butterfly embellishment, and then this page has like a flip but more rose paper. I kind of stained and aged the edge with ink, and then put some pretty delicate sheer lace on the edge, and then that flips open and you can journal. And then another torn edge that I aged with ink, and then there's this pretty green, let's see if I can open it enough for you to see. There we go. What color green would that be? Chartreuse. And there's a pretty little butterfly stuck down in the corner there. So I really like this page. It's probably my favorite. In the next two pages, again, have a little, I want to get my card out and show you the pockets. So this is another one of those doily pockets, paper doily, and then I embellished it with a little paper flower. It tore, but that's okay, it's a junk journal. And then up top I have the little stamp and butterfly embellishment, but that's a tuck spot, so you can stick things under there and they'll stay nicely. Then more vintage paper, scrapbook paper with rose print, and it's aged on the edge with the ink, and then the tea-dyed paper, and some more of that really pretty icy blue trim on the edge. And more tea dyed paper, and it blends in quite a bit with the page, but I have a crocheted lace vintage piece I cut off of a doily, and there's some trim, which is also vintage lace trim. So I kept this page kind of monochromatic and simple. And then there's an envelope here. This is the middle, and I left the strings there. I kind of liked that from the signature. And then there's an envelope here, so you can tuck things in the envelope if you want to. There. And there's a real pretty print, rose print lavender paper with some flat back pearl trim. And then this again has another torn piece of pretty rose print paper. I love this lace trim. This was gifted to me, and I believe it was from Pam Garozzo. And then there's an applique here that I made with just a paper flower and a flat back rose, not flat back, ribbon rose. That actually came off a doll dress. And then there's this page. It's just got a little vintage rose card that opens up, and you can journal on it, and you can journal on all of this paper. This page has nice rich tones to it. I love this trim from Pam. Thank you so much, Pam. I sort of hoard this and use it as little as possible. And I love this paper, the scrapbook paper. I like the browns and the greens. And then the next two pages is just a little pink gingham embellishment, because I love gingham. I try to stick it on at least one spot on all my journals and work. And then this has a really pretty image of roses and a couple little lovebirds there. Some pretty ruffled pink, powdery pink lace. And some more of the vintage rose paper that's been aged with ink. Can you see that? There we go. And then this journaling space here. And I put 2 rows of the eyelid lace trim. And then this one, this really pretty ribbon that my friend Rita gifted me, and this beautiful paper flower with this stamen inside. It's real vintage looking. And then some of that crocheted rosebud trim, I just kind of dulled it down a little bit with some ink and some vintage rose scrapbook paper again. And then the last page are these two where there's just a rose embellishment in the middle. Just a paper one that I cut out and stuck down. And then there's a flip here, fabric flip. I don't know the technical word for that, but you can journal on the back underneath it for maybe a little private note of some sort that you want to keep there. And I trimmed it with some lace. And then this is the edge of the last page, more of the same on the front cover. And then we're back to the back where we have that nice little doily pocket. So this is my bright, happy springtime journal with loads of vintage floral print, which is my favorite, and lots of journaling space, and a few pockets and envelopes to tuck things in. So I'll just keep this one shorter, still not that short, but shorter than most, and I hope you enjoyed looking through my latest journals with me. And I want to say thank you for watching, and thank you for your support and all of your lovely comments. You're great inspiration to me for the things I've been creating lately. So I'll be back again when I can to show you more of my crafting. Everybody have a wonderful day. Bye.